What's going on, guys? It's your boy and the Matrix. Trying to fix my camera here. What is up, guys? So, you read that title. 2D pixel games are more entertaining and much more fun than AAA games for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, right? And let me be clear about that because I know a lot of you are going to start, trashing me in the comment section. So of course there's like really fun, AAA games like God of War, Stellar Blade, Final Fantasy 7. But in the past 4 or 5 years, maybe a little longer than that, we've been having a lot of trouble with AAA games. They're just not as fun anymore, and the monetization of AAA games have just been, they've been really ruining it for everybody, and they've been really ruining the fun. And a lot of people are just kind of sticking to their comfort games. Like if you're a Fortnite type of person, you just stick with Fortnite. That's all you play. And I'm going to talk about retro games in a moment. But first, let's talk about one of the most recent games that I played, which is Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. So Power Rangers Rita's Rewind is a brand new game. It's for the PS5, it's for the PC. I think it's for the Nintendo Switch too. I'm sure it's for the Nintendo Switch. It's pretty soon it's gonna come to mobile, I believe. Well, Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. It is such a fun game. I'm telling you, I haven't had this much fun in a long time. Like even when I was playing Final Fantasy 16, I didn't get this rush, this adrenaline, this rush of just having fun. I haven't had this in a long time. And this is what a game that doesn't have really good graphics. It has pixelated graphics, very old school 1990s, 1980s graphics of the little sprite character walking across the stream. It's a side scroller, right? It's a side scroller. You just move along the screen with your little character, beat 'em up. It's a beat 'em up side scroller with a couple of modern things. It's got a motorcycle ride to it. It's got a dinosaur ride to it. I haven't had this much fun. It's got voiceover too, so I really haven't had this much fun in a long time. I'm thinking, wow, I've never. How come other AAA games don't make me feel this way? I mean, don't get me wrong. I still play AAA games. I mean, obviously, you guys seen the games that I play, but I haven't had this much excitement picking up a game and just staying there. And there's a couple of reasons. So the first one is that AAA games, AAA games have gone down the toilet with number one, the high cost and long time of development. I mean, what was it, Concord? I think Concord took like eight years to develop. A very slow process, and they made the game in like this bubble where like they didn't get criticism from outsiders. It was just them, the developers, and that's it. I think that was a mistake. You always need feedback from somebody and from the fans too, which is why they should use social media instead of causing drama on social media. But hey, I mean, who's judging? The second one is AAA games are not fun anymore because it's all about graphics and cinematics. So I think this is one of the problems with Final Fantasy 16. It's like I think they focus a lot on like better graphics, like high-end graphics and cinematics, like the whole like the cinematic fights, the summoning fights, which is very fun. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but I think they focus so much on the cinematics uh and the graphics, trying to make it, just trying to make the graphics seem so realistic. And realistic graphics don't necessarily make a game fun. I mean, I've talked about this before. Many other people have talked about it before. That's why the Nintendo Switch has become so popular, because a lot of their games, they're not about graphics. There's not about looking sexy, man. It's about having fun. Fun games that keep you entertained, that just keep you right there on in front of the screen, just smashing buttons. And that's how I felt with Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. And I think that the soul has been taken from many of these games. And that's why, when these developers, these companies, when they make these games, I think that's what happens. It's like, oh, we gotta make it for, the kids. They only want to see realistic graphics, and the kids, they just we gotta spend $100 million on this game, and and it blows my mind because they have so much money to make a good game, but then they ruin it. The same thing's happening in Hollywood. Big budget. How do you spend so much money on something and then ruin it? And it's because they lost their soul. They forgot. That's another reason. They forgot that they had to make the game fun. They forgot that people don't just want to look at good graphics and just, keep playing the same open world game again and again and again, and just, people don't want to keep playing the same open world game or the same shooter game. They want they want something unique, and to make something unique, you gotta make it fun. You gotta be creative, but creativity has been dying. And games, AAA games are just not fun anymore. I mean, take a look at a game like Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush killed it, man. Hi-Fi Rush is super popular. I think it would have sold more copies if it was not on the Xbox, because it launched on Xbox and PC. But if it had been released for the Nintendo Switch first, it would have been super duper popular. And that is why, low graphic games like PS2 graphic games like Hi-Fi Rush, they're doing so much better. Or PS3 graphics doing so much better. I think PS4 graphics were good enough, and then PS5 bumped it up to 4K, 8K. We don't need that. I don't believe that we need freaking 8K, 4K graphics. I think 2K graphics was good enough. I think 2K was good. 1080p was enough for me. And this is another reason why a lot of people are just going back to old games. They're going retro. Retro games are spiking up because a lot of the old games, they are focused on having fun. And modern games, they're no longer fun. Do you understand what I mean? Some people are going back to play PlayStation 1 games, Nintendo 64, the old Nintendo Switch. I mean, you guys saw me. I was playing Zelda Twilight Princess a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, I think. And I had the time of my life, And I just been looking for games that are fun. A lot of the new stuff is just not doing it for me. I don't know, man. And this is one of the reasons why I think China with all the games they've been making, they're gonna take over the gaming, the gaming world pretty soon. Korea, Japan is going down here. I think the Japanese video game industry is still gonna be strong, mainly on mobile, but Japan is kind of hopeless at the moment for many reasons, for many reasons, obviously. We can talk about that in another video. But 2D pixel games are more fun than modern day AAA games. I mean, go to Steam and look at all these 2D games. Look how many reviews they got. And I'm not saying that, the next AAA game from these Western American companies that comes out is going to be total garbage. Most likely it will, but there's still some fun games out there. But people are going back to retro for this reason. It's like a lot of modern game entertainment sucks, and people are just going back. Same thing with movies. People are just going back to watching old movies, going back to watching old anime, going back to listening to old music. I don't listen to modern music. I listen to, you know what I listen to? I listen to Japanese city pop music from the 1980s, and I don't even understand what they're saying, but that shit is awesome. Okay, I listen to 1980s music, 80s rock, 80s pop. Modern day music sucks. Modern day video games suck. Not all of them, but a good big amount of them do. So I'm gonna leave it there. I went on a bit of a rant, but you guys understand what I mean. Go and play Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. It's on Steam. You can get it for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, many other platforms. Go ahead and play that game. You guys saw me streaming it. And it's going to be it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for future notifications. It's your boy in the Matrix. Godspeed.